First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rukal Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who are teaching this truth, and a shout out to Yakim that's out there on the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. As you know, over the last week in the very place that I prophesy in, judgment has come from the Most High. He has been visiting this place. And it's just for the iniquities of Edom, but look at how these Edomites treat their own. I mean, you can we can talk about how they constantly attack the homeless over here. It's just, it's no end to how much they attack the homeless. They blame the homeless for everything. Like Kmart and Sears leaving, they'll just say, oh, well, businesses don't want to stay here because of the homeless. And now, most of Reading is in shelters and under martial law. It's like the purge out here, in case you haven't seen the prior videos. And pretty much people are looting. I've seen it myself. Duffel bags full, people looking around, seeing what they can steal. And I'm not even in the area that's under martial law, meaning that they have pretty much fenced off areas, evacuated areas. But I was close to evacuation, but it seems that the fire is contained at 20%. But nonetheless, though, the Most High has visited this place. The attitude of these Edomites, just how they treat each other, is quite a... It never ceases to amaze me, because homeless people, in my opinion, they are much... And it's not just an opinion, but they are much more ahead when it comes to the fact that they're not worried about anything, because what can you really take from them? You know, you could rob them overnight, but really they're ahead, because they're not worried about bills. They're not worried about any of those things anymore. Pretty much they're in total survival mode. Most people are not in total survival mode, and so they can be overtaken just like that. Pretty much this is a judgment that has come from the Most High. You know, we have lamented for a very long time, but now these Edomites are starting to lament as they're getting ready for war against, well, you know, looking at the devastated neighborhoods, it kind of looks like Aleppo. Kind of looks like all these places that they've devastated all around the world. And we can talk about the recent terrorist activities in Syria. You know, arming these terrorist groups, training these terrorist groups to go in just to overthrow the government of Bashar al-Assad. And pretty much they don't think twice about shooting at civilians, destroying civilian neighborhoods, burning it all down. Now Edom is burning, and Reading ain't the only area affected, but pretty much this is a judgment from the Most High. But I'm going to go ahead and read, because we've been suffering a very long time under the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Remember, O Lord, what has come up, and this is Lamentation chapter 5, verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. And so, well, we know that the bastards dwell in Ashdod. The Edomites claim Israel as their own, and claim to be the Jews, when they are not. In fact, they are the bastards, because Esau, Edom, is the bastard son. We are orphans and fatherless, our mothers are as widows, because this second leg of the Roman Empire, Esau, Edom, has taken us down. We have drunken our water for money, and wood is sold unto us, because we have to get everything by permit of the so-called white man. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. Yeah, I mean, you spend just to get ends meet. You know, you're working constantly, no time off. You know, very little. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread, because the northern kingdom fled the Assyrian Empire, ended up over here, as well as pretty much we were given to the hand of the Egyptians. And yes, this is times past, but we're in that Egyptian Empire now, which is modern day Rome, Esau, Edom. to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. That's right. Even the elect of us have had to suffer under this rulership of Esau Edom, because we've inherited the curses, because this befall all of Israel. But the elect are now waking up, and that's what we are to continue to do. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand. And again, we haven't been delivered yet. We've been in this captivity for a very long time, well over 400 years. Because you could say that this captivity is way before 1620. Since the second beast, the second leg of the Roman Empire, has risen to power, we've been under captivity. We got our bread with the parrot of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness, and that sword is Esau Edom. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the cities of Judah. Princes are hanged up by their hand, and the faces of the elders were not honored. We don't receive any honor here. We're not recognized as Israelites. In fact, we're not even told that we're Israelites. Blacks, Latinos, Native American, and of course the confusion of face will be among us, which we're going to look like the other nations. They took the young men to grind, and the children fell under the wood. The elders have ceased from the gate, the young men from their music. You know, and I'm not talking about the modern music, which is all gangster rap and other stuff. What I'm talking about is the fact that the joy, pretty much the Edomites control what we can put out, pretty much, you know. That's why when we was enjoying and having good music, the Edomites had changed it to gangster rap, because before it was just dancing, and the confusion of face was coming among us. You know, breakdance and all that, we was all getting together. We were starting to unite. The Edomites couldn't stand it, and that's why they changed they curved the sound of rap music in particularly. The elders have ceased from the joy of their heart is ceased. Our dance is turned into mourning. You know, because we mourn all the time, because this is not a happy place. But there are those that still like to hang out with the so-called white man and think that everything is great. The crown has fallen from our hand. Woe unto us that we have sinned. Yeah, 2/3 of our people are going to die. Woe is coming unto us, which means death. From this our heart is faint. For these things our eyes are dim. Because of the mountains of Zion, which is desolate, the foxes walk upon it. And who are the modern day foxes that walk upon Zion? Zion is another representative of us, the people, the elect of Israel, as well as the 2/3. And these wolves pretty much are the Edomites. Because the mountains of Zion, the foxes walk over it. Thou, O Lord, remainest forever, thy throne from generation to generation. Wherefore dost thou forget us forever, and forsake us for a long time? And forever just means a mighty long time. In the essence of this, because we've been debating that, what forever means, and it just means for a mighty long time. Seems like forever, because many generations have passed by, gotten grown old, and Most High is had not heard us for years. Not until about 1970 when he woke us up to this truth. And so we have lamented a long time. Wherefore dost thou forget us and forsake us for a long time? Thou hast turned unto thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old. But thou hast utterly rejected us. Were very wroth against us. And that's why we're in this captivity now. But now we're coming out. And we're going out and prophesying. And we can see, though, that the cuffs are coming off of us and going on to Esau, Edom. There are more homeless Edomites here in Redding, where I'm at, than there are Jakes. In fact, Jake is not doing too bad here. The few Jakes that are here, you know, of the tribes of Israel, we mostly have the Latino and Native American tribes. Not as much Judah here, but even so, the ones that are here are not doing too bad. Doing a little bit better than the average Edomite. So what's happening, though, is that judgment had befallen this place, and many people, these Edomites, are feeling it because here it is, their own are suffering out there, and yet and they fucking snub. They let the cops fuck with the homeless, and just they blame the homeless for everything. Well, now we see who's to blame, because you know, pretty much judgment has befallen this place. And do you think the Edomites are going to change their attitude about the homeless? No, absolutely not. They're going to still be the same assholes that they always were before. But at the end of the day, though, what are we to do? The elect of us are still to go out there and prophesy. This place, Esau, Edom, will be destroyed as he gathers his troop for that day. And we know that that day is coming soon, as we're seeing more activity in the Middle East. And we're seeing more activity in Saudi Arabia. That's where America will eventually be. And this microchip, the mark of the beast, is coming soon. But we must remain resistant to this. No matter what. We have to reject that even unto death. We must reject this. And we must continue to prophesy while we can still do so. So I hope this has been edifying. And like everything else, though, this fire ain't even done yet. It's only 20% contained. So, until then, shalom and barakatah to all you out there.